work. Let's see here. All right. I'm still trying to get the chat to show up on screen, and it's still not wanting to work. Whatever. Well, we're back in. Well, we'll be back in Buffalo here in a second. Let's into. And that didn't work. Just trying to do. Let's move streaming window out of the way so I can see things, but it's always something. All right. I think we already looked at this one. I just wanted to. Where's that? Is that Springfield or Buffalo? Oh, no, we need Buffalo. Okay. Buffalo. There we go. All right. Hello, Kate and Wayne. Um, all right. So we had some other properties to look at in Buffalo, but please make some suggestions about anything, any other locations you might want to look at, because uh, we're probably going to run out of stuff in Buffalo here pretty quick. Let's see. Last week we looked at a number of different ones. Yeah, we looked at this one. I don't know if we looked at this one or not. Let's see. No, I think I would have remembered if we looked at this one because there's this big water tower right behind it. All right, let's look at this one. I like the post. That's very nicely done. Um, Again with the dinky pictures. It's like I want to be able to zoom in. Anyway, um, I'm not sure about the black metal roof, but it looks nice. Just, it gets a little hot in the summer, especially because they have an upstairs there. All right. So, looks like new electric. Grass there. That's been redone. You get your puck lights. Looks like exciting. Looks like a lot of stuff to like. The what is that? Just a little bit there. That foundation on that little shed is interesting. I wonder if that was pre-existing and they built that on top of there. Let's see, side door there. Yeah, I don't remember the name of that. That's one of those trees that drops those bean-looking things. So decent size inside. Looks like new windows, new flooring. Lots of gray. Hi, Cat Mom. Let's see. That's upstairs. You got a little closet there. Not very usable, but it's a closet. I mean, it's nice looking. It's just, I don't know what you're going to do with that closet. Let's go back and look at the closet. You got the slope here. It just, I mean, I guess you could put a bar across there and have some clothes. Or maybe you could put some shelves there or something. It just doesn't look like it's a very usable closet. Um, oh, and this is actually interesting because last week I went to a real estate meetup, and the speaker was an appraiser, and he talked about, and I don't remember what the acronym is, but it's like a four-letter acronym, national standards or whatever, and so they're using those national standards, and uh, so this, a lot of this would not be considered usable space, or potentially not usable space, because um, if we, let me back up real quick without getting too into the weeds. Um, so if you figure this door, well, no, it might be okay. But if this door is, doors are about a regular sized door. Actually, this one got chopped off. You can see they chopped. I prefer that. If you're going to chop it off, chop the bottom off. Don't chop the top off. And if you're going to chop the bottom off and it's one of these hollow corridors like this, you know, put a board in there. That's just, you need it to be there for structural purposes. And also you don't want moisture going up. Things there. Moisture going up inside the door and degrading the door over time. If this is a 6 foot door, and so that this right here is roughly about 6 feet. That means that's roughly about 8 feet. So that's good. But this part here is only, I don't know, maybe 2 feet wide there, 18 inches or something like that. So you're looking at, so if we go to 5 feet, so there's two standards. There's 5 feet and there's, hey Jamie, is that Jamie Brown? There's 5 feet and there's 7 feet. So at 5 feet, um, if you measure up on the from the floor up at 5 feet, and draw a line on either side, and then what's the square footage between each 5 foot line, and then if the square footage at the 7 foot line isn't at least half of the square footage at the 5 foot line, then it's not considered usable space. So it's not actual square footage. When you go to sell your house, you can't say that's livable space, because the the space that has a 7 foot clearance, ceiling clearance, is not at least 50% or more of the space that has a 5 foot clearance. I don't know, it's kind of technical, but this may be fine, but you're not getting all of this space. So let's say this is 10 feet wide here. You're probably only going to get about 5 feet wide, and then let's say 20 feet this way. So instead of 200 square feet, you only get 100 square feet out of this room as considered livable space. And the reason that's important is the more livable space you have, the more your house is going to be worth to a degree. Um, let's see. Let's get that there. So I think that was in there. And now see, this is better because you have, I'm guessing this is probably going to be an 8 foot ceiling again up here. So that's quite a bit of livable space there. And even if you're coming down here, almost that whole area would be considered livable space. And it looks nice too. Um, and then, there's your bathroom and a little access to the little attic space. Um, Not ideal, but it's a very nice tub, nice tile. It looks nice. Um, and I mean, for the most part, it's a secondary bathroom and tub and everything. I mean, I'm guessing it is. So you're going to, uh, be over in this area of a couple feet here, and you'll be fine. I've seen much worse. I've seen ridiculous. Just if you go back and look at the videos on 819 Grant Street. I forget the name of it, but it was like would have been back in end of November. There's like multiple. Well, there's a whole um, uh, there's a playlist for 819 Grant Street. If you go back and look at some of those, the upstairs unit, it's a triplex. The upstairs unit, the tub shower situation was not good. That's decent. The picture of wait, oh, that's a was a second bathroom upstairs. I'm guessing, or maybe that's downstairs. No, that's got the huh. It's a nice house. I would say it's whoever did this did a really good job. Nice big closet there. There, got the stairs look nice. Looked at the house earlier today, and the stairs were a little too tall. Hey, Sandy. We're just getting into it, so I was just talking about the uh, usable space and with the upstairs, and the ceilings have to be a certain height and stuff. Uh, but these are nicely done stairs here. It's kind of open at the bottom. Yeah, I mean I can't really tell if that's just the two steps and then down, or if there's like three steps. If it's just two steps, I'm not really concerned about it, and I think that's why there's no railing there is because there's just two steps. If it's three steps, if I remember correctly, you have to have a railing. But if it's just two steps, then I keep saying two steps and thinking of that song, Give Me Two Steps. Um, it's not a bad pattern color of LVP. Um, it's kind of grayish, kind of brown. It's got a kind of both going on there. It's not bad. Uh, okay. I personally would have put the kitchen pictures at like toward the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, Tom. I would like a picture where you could see, is it just two steps or is it three steps? Because if it's three steps, I don't know what you know, I guess the permitting is in Buffalo or whatever. But if it's three steps in Springfield, you'd have to have the railing there of some type, or at least a half railing or something. Um, it's a decent kitchen. It's a little bit small. I would prefer it to be a little bit more open. Oh, you're talking about the okay. Well, that's possible. That's possible. They should actually have one on the. I don't know if it's the right side going up or the right side going down, but yeah, that would be a good thing to have. Let's see. So 200. It's got three beds, three baths, 14. That's not. It's not a bad price. And with everything being looking like it's new anyway. Um, uh, with the gray walls, the gray cabinets, kind of reminds me of putty. That's okay, Sandy. Is it just me, or does it, I don't know, maybe it's just the lighting, but it looks like the upper cabinets are a darker gray and the lower cabinets are a lighter gray. I mean, that could be okay. It looks like a large subway tile behind the backsplash there. No, it definitely looks like this is more of almost a slightly sageish gray, and then this is more of like a regular. gray. That's different. This one up here is the same shade as those, but these are different. Huh. Weird. You got a couple steps here to, looks like the side door maybe. There's your panel. It's probably another bathroom. Okay, yeah, so here we go. So you've got 2 steps down to, I'm guessing that's the side door. And then you've got basically 3 steps there. So yeah, you should have um, a railing. I believe it's on this wall because as you're going down, most people are right-handed, so they want to grab on the right. Um, and and also then you don't have to put something here. So if somebody was to come around, either going up or coming down, because you could theoretically come down to the second step, step over to this step, and not come all the way down, depending on how young you are. But yeah, Tom, I think I would want a railing coming down um, on one side or the other. I think it's on the right as you're going down. It's the preferred one, but I don't recall off the top of my head. And there's a laundry room. Huh. Um, well, I think there's a door. If we go back, door here. So you'd come in this way, and so you could come into the space and then go up the stairs, or you could come in and this way and then back into the bathroom and go up. So it's not ideal, but um, I think it would work. Oh, that's probably the laundry room that we're looking at right here, I think. It doesn't have a couple stairs there, so yeah, that could be a tripping hazard. All right, so if we go, so now we have more people on here. Anybody have any ideas about where to go next? Because we're probably gonna run out of stuff in Buffalo here in a second. Maybe not. Um, let's see. No, I didn't want to look at the picture. I want to look at that. So, almost a third of an acre. Not surprising, it was built in 1895. Double corner lot. 2.5 bath. Let's see, roof, windows, siding, cabinets, appliances, plumbing, and electric. Yeah, they redid everything. It's very nicely done. Like I said, I mean, if I was looking for a nice house in Buffalo, I would definitely consider this house. Um, so let's move on to. So we looked at that place. That was that one that was just land, and there wasn't really much pictures of the house that wasn't in very good condition. There was some other stuff there. There's that one. Let's see. It doesn't say. Yeah, that's pretty much it in Buffalo. Um, let's see. Okay. How about um, you can go to Joplin or Bentonville, Arkansas. And while you guys decide that, I'm going to no. Let's see. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's just two pictures. There's nothing really there. What about this one? Let's see. It's a nicely enhanced photo. I can tell because that's not hard to do. Okay, Sunrise Beach. I'm up for whatever. Uh, as long as there's properties on the market. Beach. Okay. Let's glance at this one really quick. I like the blue. The lighter gray roof is probably better. Looks like a nice place. Looks like they're gonna little accent wall there. They're gonna have to, when they sell this place, they're gonna have to move somewhere. This is nicely done shiplap for the ceiling. I don't know if I'd do shiplap ceiling and then come down the wall like that, or shiplap and then whatever that is. Oh, and they've got light colored cabinets up here and darker down here. It's fine. I just don't think it's necessarily going to be everybody's cup of tea. You've got tile. There's a little bit of gaps there. I'm not sure if that's a problem or not. That is interestingly rustic. I don't know if they bought them that way or if they patinaed the the metal. Um, and then they've got the kind of little accent wall there. I mean, it's got character. It's nice. It's nicely done. There's a little bit of paint needs to be fixed there. You got, not sure what those little black marks are on the wall. Oh, I bet you they painted that. Not a big fan of that because you want to make sure you use the right kind of high heat paint for that kind of thing. Because if it heats up and it's not the right kind of paint, then you have the volatile compounds and stuff, and yeah, it's not good. And it also looks like they did it themselves, so they probably didn't use the right kind of paint. And yeah, that's not a plus. It's a small thing though. Nice hardwood floors. Looks like probably a half bath, although there's something there. I mean, it looks like a nice enough place. It has a lot of character. Um, that looks like they were trying to finish renovating that. There's some more character. I mean, it's a nice looking place. Uh, oh, you got a pretty good sized barn there, or shed, or whatever you want to call it. That cows. Okay. Ponds there. Okay. There's that. I like it when they like show you where it actually is on the picture because it's like, oh, where is the house? It looks like that's the barn. Maybe the house is over here. You're on this. I do like the fact that if that's it right here, I do like the fact that you've got this little access road. So you're not trying to turn out directly onto a curve. You can either come in this way, or you can go out that way, or you can go out that way. I'm thinking that's probably what it is. Oh, there we go. 30 acres. Okay, that explains the price. And yeah, that's a pretty good size little bit of land. You've got a little pond here. You got a number of buildings. You got the house, you got some wooded, you have some open area. That's interesting. So I'm gonna guess that's the house. This is the first. So you got a little shed. You got the larger building. You have the open building there. That'd actually not be a bad place to live. I'm not sure how close it is to uh, Buffalo. Okay, that's all the pictures. And we'll go back here. Okay, so it's 4 bed, 2 bath, 1,700 square feet. I mean, for it where it's located at, and there's land, and there's you can operate as some kind of a hobby farm or something like that. The interior kind of makes sense. And $400,000. Yeah. In space, privacy with modern comforts, with road frontage on 3 sides, highway frontage. This property offers excellent access while still delivering a peaceful rural lifestyle. The 4 bedroom, 2 bath home has been thoughtfully updated, featuring new HVAC, wiring, blending classic farmhouse charm with dependable modern systems. Spacious living areas make it perfect for family living or entertaining outside. The property is fully equipped for agricultural or hobby farm use. A machine hay barn, for example, storage, wall shop with 220-volt power. That's nice. It's ideal for equipment projects, home-based operation, cattle working corral, and good perimeter fencing makes the property move-in ready for livestock. Whether you're looking for a hobby farm, keep horses, or simply enjoy wide open spaces and country views, this versatile property checks all the boxes. A lot of people looked at it. It's been on the market 55 days. It's not for everybody, although a lot of people like to look at it. That's basically what that's telling me. Let's zoom out. Alright, so Buffalo is going to be here, and it's up here. So you got to come over and then down to go to town. But not too far from Buffalo. And then, it's probably 40, 45 minutes from Springfield. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to. Yeah, it's not a bad price. I mean, if you're looking at least minimum, you're looking at 10,000 um, per acre. Um, if you're just buying land, let's see, 10,000. I mean, that would put 10,000 per acre would put um, and it'd be 300,000 for that. If you're going closer to 15, the house itself, 4 bedroom, 2 bath, without the land, that could, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's out there, and so it's going to potentially be less, maybe not. But just the house and the conditions it's in, which is pretty nice. You're probably looking at around 250 to 300, just off the top of my head. Um, Probably closer to 300. Um, it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. It's not huge, but it's not small. Um, you have the outbuildings, which add. I'm not exactly sure how much the outbuildings add. I'd have to look into that. But those aren't cheap to build. Um, and uh, and then you get the 30 acres. So if you, let's say you chopped it up and did the 5 acres for the house and whatnot, and you sold the other 25 acres, the other 25 acres would probably go for by themselves 250 at least 250,000 by themselves. And so yeah, 400,000. I don't see why that would. I don't see why it hasn't sold yet. Basically, I mean, unless there's something I'm missing from the pictures, but you've got. Well, it does have contingency, so there is that. Basically, you have to buy it contingent on these people finding the house they need to move into and then closing on that. And so that's always a complication. You have contingency because you have to be able to buy a property and not necessarily move into it, have a long closing, waiting for the seller of this house to or this property to buy the property they're going to. And then if you're trying to sell a property that you're moving at, it's very kind of complicated trying to make all that happen when maybe the market isn't, depending on what you're selling and buying, it isn't moving as fast as anyway. Whole thing. Um, it's interesting though. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go to Sunrise Beach. Sunrise Beach and see what's there. Okay, so Sunrise Beach, up by the Lake of the Ozarks. Um, okay, lots of lake properties. Which, I mean, Lake of the Ozarks is just a river that they dammed up, and so now it's turned into a kind of long, windy, uh, snake-like lake, dragon, whatever. All right, let's see. We have to start with the 2 bedroom, 1 bath for 169.9. It's really. I need to look and see if that's unusual because it seems like a lot for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Maybe there's just not very much available up there, but that's a lot of money for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's only 650. If it was 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,000 square feet, I might be like, okay, maybe. But let's see, convenient access to nearby amenities. The property consists of four total lots, including 3 flat lots with the cabin and a separate lakefront lot. With approximately 55 feet of shoreline, accessible by walking or golf cart. Lakefront lot provides direct access suitable for boating and fishing activities. Additional nearby lots offer potential for future improvements, including an existing concrete pad suitable for a garage or additional structure. Subject to approval, the home is connected to the neighborhood's central sewer system and shared well. Not a huge fan of a shared well. Um, and okay, so neighborhood central sewer system. Does that mean they have their own, like, almost like possibly. Central sewer system almost sounds like uh, I have not run across any haunted houses that are Costanza. Just that one. Although there's another one that I'll get out there eventually that I understand has some negative energy in the upstairs closet. Let's put it that way. Um, so 125 per sewer, shared wells 75, Cameron County District. But yeah, so Central Sewer. It sounds like maybe it's got its own sewage processing plant or something, which can be fine as long as somebody takes care of it. That's true. Yes. Um, that is true. All right, so it is right here. Well, let's see how small the bedrooms are. Let's see. Yeah, let's see, Jamie Brown. We got like with our property, we got a 4 bedroom, 2 bath modular on 6 acres for 65,000 Lakeview in the winter. I mean, that's not bad. Um, as long as the modular home is in good condition and you're good. Let's see. I mean, it looks like this place is in decent condition. Uh, looks like it's a nice little community. You got the okay. So there's this lot. Where is that in relation to where the house is? There's this house that looks like a garage. There's this house. Can you even get access to this lot? I mean, do you have to walk across your neighbors to get down here and put like a dock or something? And then what's the restriction on docks and things? Oh, here's a separate lot, and then that's confusing. All right, so here's your dining slash living. Well, there's the fridge. What? So we're gonna call it the dining room. There's the fridge. Okay. Um, and then here's the living room, and there's the fridge. And that's why the fridge is there because there's the kitchen. Oh, and look, there's your electrical panels right above the stove. That's different. Let's see. And you notice the ceilings, like I said before, the doors are about 6 feet. Um, and so that means that the ceiling is just over 6 feet. I mean, it's not a bad looking sleigh bed, but and you've got a little in wall air conditioner there. That is a wait, who said small bedrooms? Cat mom. Yep, that is confirmed. That is a really small bedroom for a full size. I think that's a full size bed. Uh, bathroom is nice, small but nice. That I'm not sure. Looks like some gardening or something, but then there's a concrete pad here and a concrete pad there. Where is this in relation to the house? Yeah, so there's concrete and concrete. Looks like there used to be a house there or something. And then we're back here. Okay, so there's that. It's right here. So it's, oh, okay, here we go. I think this is the house here, and this is the lot, and then there's a lot here. So they're not, what? Okay. I mean, yeah, there's that. I'm guessing, I don't know if you can build on this lot or not. I mean, I would think you can because these other places have been built there. Uh, so that could be an option. You buy it and then you build on that lot that's on the water. It looks like there's a decent sized lot right here that's next to. You need to clean it up. But maybe you could build there. Um, this is your little house here. Uh, and then I think you have, okay, so I think that's the house there. You can just barely see it. and you have these pads and stuff over here, and then I'm wondering if you don't also have, so you have like this lot, this lot, this lot, and then one over there because they mentioned 4 lots. Yeah, yeah, because you can just barely see it. So there's the remains of something here and here. Huh. Bizarre, but has maybe has potential. I don't know if you can build on those lots. It almost looks like stuff built burnt down, and then whoever owns this one is selling it, or maybe somebody else ended up buying the adjacent lots. I don't know. It's just it's weird. Yeah, well, there should be. If we go over here, let me back up. So now you can get a little better idea. So here's this, and then here's one of your lots, and then your other lot is over here, and your last lot is down that way, I believe. So there's the house right up here at the top of the picture. This is another lot, and there's another one up there, and then there's this lot here. The question is this lot here built big enough to build on? Could you build a smallish house on this lot and then come down and have a dock down here? Um, I don't know who controls whether or not you can build a dock on Lake of the Ozarks. I know down by Branson, there's it's like what are they called? Oh, the government engineers or whatever they're called. Well, I mean, from the road, you should have an implied easement across here so you can get because you in Missouri, there's uh, basically you can't have a piece of property that doesn't have a no, not DNR. It's the Federal Corps of Engineers or whatever they're called. Um, uh, I don't know. This is stuff I've just heard in passing talking to people. Um, but you should be able to come off these people's driveway and come down through here um, because in Missouri you can't. No piece of land can legally not have access. You have to have access, like it's a forced thing. So you have to figure out access across somebody else's piece of property. Uh, yeah, yeah, Army Corps of Engineers. That's what it is. Uh, okay, so this is one lot here. So you got your house and this, and I believe they're saying, yeah, it'd be a shared driveway, which we have quite a few of those in the area. And I believe this was another. Let's see if they showed that one. Here, let's just pop scan through here. So there's that. There's that. Because it's saying 4 lots. Um, at least I think, pretty sure they're indicating that this is also theirs or for sale. But it's definitely this, and then the one over by the water. So I was just assuming that this was also theirs, but this may belong to this house here. I don't know. It's hard to say. But this looks like it's nicer, so you would think if it would belong to them, they would have cleaned it up. But yeah, you never know. Either way, interesting. Uh, Probably not going to be in that area anytime soon because it's a little bit of a drive from Springfield. But you know. So there was that. There's 3 bedroom, 2 baths. It's rustic. Let's see. Nice front porch. This is a bit older. You can see the tile ceiling. So it's decent condition, but hasn't necessarily been updated in a while. That's a lot of tile on the wall. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Yeah, so you've got diagonal. Uh, tired, I don't remember. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And I was actually in a house recently, and I didn't think they made this type of ceiling tile anymore. But the ceiling tile, and when the video comes out, you'll see it. But the ceiling tile in a number of the rooms looked brand new. Like it looked like they had installed it recently because it was like it looked new, which I didn't think they made that stuff anymore. But I haven't looked into it. I don't know why you would use that for ceiling covering when, I mean, maybe it's cheaper. I don't know. Let's see. Not a great picture of the bathroom, but okay looking bathroom. And that needs to be fixed. Let's see. Um, I would have put the toilet in the cubby and put the vanity out here. I don't know why you put the toilet out here and then have to build the wall out and then put the, I don't know, maybe there's something under the floor that caused that. The porch is nice. And your lot is apparently one of these. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna rant about um, realtors again unless you guys really want to listen to me rant about realtors again. I think I probably made my point about realtors getting paid and then not, or not quite doing what they should be doing in the bare minimum and then still getting paid. Um, I mean, this is not bad because it's like, it's located right here, so that way you can at least have some kind of reference. It's a could have went with a picture that they or a screenshot that they took off of their computer instead of phone, but no, then zoom it in. I mean, that's okay. Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, there's a few little things, but generally it's pretty decent. Uh, you know, it's got some things that haven't been updated, but generally it's decent. It's quaint. Yes, that's the code word for some things that haven't been updated in a while. Uh, zero point 0.4 acres, decent sized lot. It's right in Sunrise Beach, apparently. Or let's see. Wait, I have to go look. Look. Where'd you go? Um, Jamie. Okay, I was trying to remember who mentioned why we're in Sunrise Beach. Jamie. Do you like living in Sunrise Beach? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, off Highway TT, easy access on a level lot, great for a second home or investment for an Airbnb. I mean, that's it could be used for an Airbnb. I don't know enough about the area to be like, oh yeah, that's a great spot for an Airbnb. People love to rent that, and then they go do this, that, and the other in the local area. I don't know. Branson, I have some idea. Cabin has been partially remodeled with a new entry deck, exterior paint, some windows, HVAC wiring and plumbing. And, yeah, blah blah. All furnishings and decor are included. Makes sense. Located conveniently off. Okay, well that's good. That's good. I aspire to not have neighbors right next to me in the future. I live in town at the moment, and I grew up in the country, and I am. I planned on being in the country by now, and I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. Um, let's see. There's a boat slip lease you can get, so that's good. Quarter mile down the road. Oh, it's been rented, so that's good to know. So if you're gonna buy it um, as a rental, um, even if you have it as a vacation home, and then you want to rent it part of the year, knowing what kind of rental history there is, that's a good idea. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the nice thing about being a realtor that knows, let's see, what did you say? The only bad thing is there's no job in the winter because it's seasonal. Yeah, you guys have the kind of the same problem that Branson does. Although I think Branson maybe a little bit less, but so much of Branson is seasonal. It starts in kind of March, really takes off in April, goes through about October, and then by the end of October, it just dies off. I was talking to my family had a um, uh, family reunion. They try to have a family reunion about every 2 years or so, and we were Red River, New Mexico. Beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go out there, it's gorgeous out there. I'm not a big fan of the cold, so I wouldn't go out there in the wintertime. But they kind of have two seasons. They have the winter season for the ski whatever people, and they have the summer time for people who are looking to just kind of go out there and relax, or see nature, go hiking or whatever. Um, and the guy that ran um, the cabins or whatever there, he said, I think it's February or March. I think it was no, it would be no, it's April. I think it was April. It's in March or April. It was 1 month. He's like everybody just almost everybody in town just takes the month off because there's nobody around. Yeah, that's pretty similar. Which I'm not really surprised that up around your area is pretty similar to Branson. Um, but well, yeah, everywhere there's that like it's very vacation, uh, touristy focused. Kind of has the same problem. Like Red River had the same problem. It's very focused on things getting built for the tourists, and one of the complaints that a lot of people there had is um, uh, a laundromat. I don't. There's like no laundromat in town, and he was trying to talk my brother, who's got more rentals than I do. And he's like, somebody needs to build a laundromat here. They'd make a ton of money because there's no laundromat here. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. Um, but laundromats, you kind of need to be there or have somebody um, that you trust to run it. Um, so there's that. But anyway, what I started to say about being a realtor that I go to a lot of. um, real estate meetups and stuff. So I meet a lot of realtors. I meet a lot of investors and different people. And so I don't have to know a lot about Branson short-term rental if I end up talking to somebody who's wanting to get into that. I have people I can talk to and fairly quickly learn what I need to know or refer this person to somebody that knows way more about it than I do, and and help that person get what they're looking for, which is that's kind of my um, motto with real estate is it's about getting my clients what they're looking for, whether they're selling or buying. I'm about helping them get what they're looking for. Let's see. Do um, anybody want to look anywhere else? Either we'll go to it after we run out of stuff here, or um, we'll start there next week. Let's see. Bedroom, one bath. It's a big 2 bedroom, one bath, and that seems a bit steep. I mean, I like the blue. It's a nice blue. It's just, let's see, Lake Home and desirable long acres. Okay, well, location, that's important. Da, da, da. Has lots of new updates and is move-in ready for lake life or year-round living. New lighting fixtures. I'm not going to go through all that, but new septic, that's important. Let's see, blacktop access. Up parking up 3 vehicles, that's nice. Optional trail parking. Near marina. Can also probably be used for Airbnbs, which may account for the cost. Let's see. Pretty good size. Let's see. Look here. Looks nice. It's got the furnishings, so, and I imagine the furnishings probably come with it. Which means you can fairly easily make it an Airbnb. Let's see, that's kind of upstairs, but it almost looks like it's split level, not a upstairs. You got your washer and dryer there. There's a bed. Yeah, gotta love that wood paneling. Oh, even got a different looking wood paneling there, or maybe it's just wood. Uh, I don't know. If I was gonna, unless there was a compelling reason to pay more, if I was gonna buy this, I'd probably go look at it and then I'd pick apart every little. I mean, because if you want that much money for it, it needs to be, you know, pretty pretty decent. And yeah, it's split level. So you're here, and then this is not all the way up. It's just part way up, probably because of the slope or something. Uh, I mean, it's not bad. It's big. It's just a big 2 bedroom instead of a, reasonable size 3 bedroom. Oh yeah, yeah. You got more ceiling tile. Um, Cabinets are fine. They're older, just kind of plain cabinets. I think it didn't say that you're like right on the water, so I'm guessing that's near. I don't think it was. Let's see. You've got living, storage, dining, kitchen, and you go up and you have a utility, primary bedroom, secondary bedroom, and family room. Um, I mean, that tells me that I'm not sure where you come in at. this may be the front door here. So it looks like there's a door there because these are windows. And so I'm guessing that this is a door here and that's a door there. If you move the door from the storage area to the dining area, you could turn the living room and you put a like a door here or something. You'd probably turn this living room into another bedroom, or you could turn this family room into another. So you just have one gathering area. If you wanted to make it a 3 bedroom. Okay, so you're here on a very small lot. You do have some parking there. And then this is the place next door, and the place on the other side. And there's the dock. Not sure if that's your dock, but there's a dock. Yeah. I mean, it's good location, so there's that. I'm just like, really, you want to 228,000 for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath that's 1,200 square foot? I don't know. Maybe closer to 200, but I don't know. Maybe there's other stuff here that makes it make sense. So, all right. So we got anything else here? Um, okay, this is even more ridiculous. It's 289,000. It's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's 576 square feet. What possible reason could I mean? Okay, so you have a dock. Is it dock really worth that much? Maybe it is, but let's see. Wait, I thought it says a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It says sleeps a cozy 8. 1 bed, 1 bath cabin at Lake of the Ozarks, Sunrise Beach offers this authentic 90. Da, 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 da. It's got a deck overlooking the water, tucked into a large. It's like, okay, it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but sleeps 8. What? Tucked into a large deep water cove with beautiful main channel views. This Spanish lodge, perfect getaway, covered dock, cabin cruiser with lift, ideal spot for boating, swimming, and fishing. Just a short boat ride from the most popular attractions, including Shady Gators, Backwater Jack, Frankie and Louise. Plus, this specialty is part of a close-knit cul-de-sac community. Blah 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 blah. Here. Okay, you have shared well and septic plus community propane tank. Phone use this. Uh, okay. Um, I mean, it's got a lot going for it, but it's still a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I mean, the here, let's look at it. Okay, so there has to be something wrong with that picture. Because see how this should be straight, and this is all like weird, and then this is all like, and the roof is all. It looks like Legos or something. Anyway, so there's your dock, and there's your deck. It's all nice and fine and dandy and everything. So you've got a uh, futon, another futon. Oh, there's your naughty pine. Gotta have your naughty pine. And your that's actually decent looking wood paneling. Let's see. So there's two. That probably turns into another sleeper sofa or something. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Well, that like I said, maybe I was like maybe there's a reason or whatever. I mean, it's a nice enough little place, but I mean, how much money? And there's the one bedroom. So there's so two, four, six, and then there was another, sofa sleeper or whatever there. So yeah, you could technically sleep 8 people. And would you want to sleep 8 people? No, probably not. And then there's one bathroom. Uh, I mean, it's a nice deck, and you got thing. I wish there was another picture of this because that something does not look right about that picture. And it's like, why didn't you fix that picture? So it's had a lot of views, a few saves. It's been on the market for 20. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get 289. Maybe they will. Maybe somebody will be like, oh, that's a steal. Um, but I mean, it's $502 a square foot. There's commercial space that doesn't sell for $502 a square foot. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure you could find something just as nice, maybe not right on the water. I don't know. Yeah. But then again, there's people who have way too much money and spend it on stupid stuff. I mean, people buy gold-plated toothbrushes and stuff. Yeah, so go figure. Let's see. All right. Well, and there's one 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 500, same, actually smaller. Yeah, mile marker 11, I think it has, like, oh, it's in this very desirable location or whatever. Let's see. What about this one? Bass Point Resort, lake cabin with dock slip. Okay, rental history comes. Okay, so this one might actually be able to prove um, that it's worth it because it has a history, has all these amenities and everything, and has a history of really great rent. Rental history is short-term rental. So that could be why this one is is selling for what it is because it's actually provably. So why is oh, I guess that's not Paul Bunyan. I thought it was Paul Bunyan. Um, I mean it's nice enough. Bedroom, bedroom. I mean that is an old toilet and that is an old sink. Uh, I mean we're talking like 80s, maybe early 90s. I mean, you get nice views out of your bedroom at the water and stuff. Uh, so I mean, and it comes to the boat slip. So I mean, you could probably rent it from pretty good money. And there's the pool and there's other stuff that comes along with it. Yeah, that one. I mean, other than like the ancient bathroom sink and toilets, um, it's not bad. This one seems to make a little bit more sense. The other one really wasn't uh, pushing the short-term rental angle. This one, oh, that one. You've been fishing on that dock. That's funny. Let's see. Yeah, it's not very big, but then again, it's a vacation rental. So, and then there's a lot of less expensive than a condo. Doesn't have the high HOA fees. Huh. This one at least makes a little bit more sense than that other one did. Um, a two bedroom, two bath, a two bedroom, one bath. Why would you have a two bedroom, one bath that's 2,208 and 48 square feet? That just, if you're working at the Lake of the Ozarks, you're not affording this house. Just saying. Not unless you have a very select number of jobs. This long-standing convenience store is located in a desirable area. What? Oh, it's wait, what? I said, this looks like a house to me. Um, those curtains say they've been there a while, like a long while. Seems like a nice enough little house. That's different. Let's see. Okay. Bathroom. I mean, it's fine. Okay. So this is a convenience store and two bedroom, one bath. The back side, two bedroom, one bath. Front side is your convenience store. That's what I'm getting here. That looks like a stock room, maybe. Washer and dryer. There's your convenience store. Um, I mean, they've been have pretty solid numbers at this convenience store to to support their price. I mean, yeah, you're buying a house, but that's almost secondary to the business that you're buying there. Oh, mile marker 11. Um, because let's go back here. So they're saying it's 415,000. Probably half of it, or less than half of it's the house. Um, so based on some of the other stuff we've seen, it's not surprising it's been 938 days on Zillow. Um, most people are not looking to buy a job. This is what it is. You're buying a job or a retirement business. Um, you'd have to have a significant amount of money, not just buying it, but um, let's see. Okay, so I mean, it's a long-standing convenience store. The viable area is walking distance from two large trailer parks, three condo complexes, one lakefront resort, and a future RV park. The Shawnee Bend public boat access is also just around the corner. Plenty of customers for a growing business. This property also features living quarters with two bedroom, one bath, with living, kitchen, and dining areas. This property is currently running a convenience store offering home essentials, fishing gear, Lake of the Ozarks souvenirs, and much more. This property would make a great pizza pub, farmer's market, ice cream shop, or even a small brewery. The possibilities are endless. Call for your private showing. Now, what you could do is if you're somebody that had the money, you could probably talk them down, buy it, um, Okay. Sandy. Um, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. It just you have to either want to buy, be able to have the money because it's going to require a decent down payment, or um, you could work with the current owners to do some kind of a owner financing or partial owner financing or something. Um, but uh, you're either going to have to run it yourself or have somebody who lives around there or is willing to move there who would live in on the property and then run the convenience store or whatever business you turn the convenience store into or whatever. Um, uh, and the convenience store better have great records about like their actual net income because gross income doesn't matter. It's how much money are you actually taking home. Um, I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't be worth 450. Maybe it's worth more than 450. I don't know. It's just they've got to prove how much money the business actually makes. And the problem with a lot of times with these kinds of businesses that somebody's been running for years is it's an all cash business. And because they don't want to pay the IRS, well, then when they go to sell it, they don't have any proof that the business makes money. And then the person who wants to buy it can't buy it because they can't borrow the money from the bank because the bank can't see that the business actually makes money because the business never paid any taxes or paid very little taxes. Sorry, it's a little bit of a side thing there, but that's something I've learned about over the years working with different people and talking to different people. All right, well, let me just take one more. It looks like there's some interesting stuff here, so we'll probably come back to Sunrise Beach. Yeah, Cash Eagles no records, which is fine until you go to sell it, and then you go. Um, Thanks for mentioning that, Tom. Um, I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And let's see where we at. Yeah, it's next week. Now on the 27th, um, I'm not gonna be available. I'm gonna be out of town. Um, but next week on the 20th, I'll be back. Um, if you guys want to come and listen to me. Uh, so I can hear my wife with the dogs, letting them out or whatever. Um, Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and put a pin in it at that, or wrap things up for now at that point. We'll probably go ahead and look at some of these other properties starting next week, and then, like I said, let me know where else to go after we look at all the stuff in Sunrise Beach next week. But thanks for hanging out with me, and it's been interesting. Hopefully, you got something out of it. And yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just remember the thing to click on here. Good night, everyone. Uh, where is my button? There it is.